So 2025 has been called, and we see this through many different voices. There has been a statement that says that 2025 is going to be an intense year. It is going to be a year of mastery. It is going to be a year where there are things that are going to occur that the lesser man is not going to be able to bear the weight of. And in many ways, this is true. This is true because the intent of this year is to whittle away that which is the undecided, that which is unnecessary. It is truly a year of mastery. It is coming back into the very central part of who you are. It is coming back to knowing that you are indeed the living man, the living woman of that which is the divine nature. You must know who you are. You must know the self-mastered being. You must have an awareness of who you consciously are before you can anticipate playing the game that is 2025. For it is a game, and the game is rigged against you. Why do I say this? Because there are those at play that do not want the little man, the little woman to succeed. They will, as the saying goes, they will double down. They will drill down as far and hard and fast as they can to ensure that you are kept in a place of subservient and restless and depressed state of mind. However, there are a great many of you that are listening to this who are already aware that there are changes coming, and you have set in play the various tools for yourself to eradicate from you this depression that is being sent out. Now, when I use this word depression, we are saying, from our point of view here within the very realms of where we sit, what we see is that there are more and more attacks on your consciousness, more and more attacks on your physiology, more and more attacks on your health that are coming, and it is going to be very fear-based. Again, this is a replica of what has been before. And if you have not learned the lesson yet, then the lesson is here to be learned again. If you have learned the lesson, walk fearlessly amongst the vipers, walk fearlessly in your truth, and know that you are in the equilibrium, the unity, the synchronicity of the divine within. For 2025 is going to be a year where you will see all manner of things presented. It is the crucible year. It is the year where the fire is going to be lit from below, if we can call it this, and you are placed within the crucible, and the fire and intensity is going to be increased. Now, the increasement of intensity and heat is not one for, shall we say, physical heat and physical fires, but it is emotional, it is practical, it is mental, it is all of the bodies that you exist in. It is the bipartisan of your soul and spirit and emotion. It is all the coming together. And so we would say to you that if anything, at the beginning of this time, before the official 2025 begins, remember to know who you are, to clear the vortices, to break out any blockages that are within your vortices, your chakras, and allow yourself to become grounded and aware of what your limits are. Do not pretend that you are able to walk into a den of vipers because you know the words to say if you do not believe the words that you're saying. Learn to believe within yourself the truth of who you are before you step out and you begin to do battle. Now, this is important because many Gurus will teach you how to say the mantras, how to do this, how to do that, and the feel-good factor that is in that particular energy at that moment. Many of the teachers of today are very much focused on the quintessential let's feel good immediately, what we call the throwaway society. If you do not feel good immediately, then it doesn't work. So throw it away. No, now is the time to go back to the very basics of your foundation. Why did you start this journey? Why is it that you are calling yourself a light worker, an energy worker, a holder, a grounder? Why is it that you are one who listens to the divine? What is it that draws you out of the mix that you call the nefarious, or that world, or those, or the others, or the unawakened? What draws you out of that and into a grouping, into a coagulation of energy that separates you from the rest? Define for yourself what that is, and know that that is your key for traversing this year of 2025. Because when you have your anchor, it does not matter what comes against you, you are anchored in the divine. Ensure your gyro, your inner knowing, the voice within, the equilibrium that is the divine nature within you is spinning at all times to keep you in the buoyancy of what is coming. This year, for many, may pass through, and then they will say at the end of the year, they will go, oh, look at all the naysayers. Oh, look at all of those doomsayers. They said this was going to be a pitiful year, but nothing happened to me. And yet we would say to you, if there was nothing that happened to you, are you consciously aware of all that has gone on? And we would say this at every part of the year when you feel in your timeline that there is nothing happening. There is no darkness. There is everything light, 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 light. Everything is flowing. Everything is good. We would say, have you checked your rearview mirror? Have you checked into the very center part of you? And are you truly grounded into all that is? Now, we're not saying this because we want you to experience negatory events in your life. But for growth to occur, there needs to be resistance. There needs to be pressure. There needs to be moments of darkness so that when illumination does come, it is so bright, so clear that there can be no doubt that you have broken out of a pattern. See, 2025 is the year of deciding factors. It is the year that if you look at the correlating zodiac known as the Chinese calendar, where the year truly starts to come into formation, they call this the year of the snake. Now, this one we are speaking through, has had the visions of the symbol of the snake or the dragon that eats its tail, coming back into the cycle, the cyclic motion, the repetitiveness. And this is exactly what 2025 is, shall we say, indicating. Is there going to be repetitive of war? Is there going to be repetitiveness of attacks? Is there going to be repetitiveness of nefarious events that will set in motion and ongoing into the 2026, 2027, 2028 ripple effects where it creates the devastation and then the ongoing outworking of the agendas and the outgoing workings of the various, let us just call it the mechanisms to create fear, create compounded, you must do as we say for your own protection, etc., etc. Or is it going to be what we call a mirror cyclic, which is when it will begin to repeat the age-old truths of what you speak, you receive, which takes it back to your own responsibility, the mastery, the year of mastery. Are you bringing back the cyclic of mastery into your life? Are you beginning to watch how you speak not only over your own body, your own life experience, your own health, but are you beginning to watch what you speak over that which is around you, your family, your friends, the town you exist within, and how that has a knock-on effect rippling out with the power of the words of life or death that come from your utterance? You see, what is coming in 2025 is a year of great teaching. It is a year where you will look back and you will say, I got it or I missed it. Because the teacher of this year is you. Oh, you may say that there are other things at play, the governments of the nations, the elite, the dark forces, the nefarious agendas, etc., etc. And yes, these are very much active on the chessboard. And they are the pawns and the knights. They are the king, the queen. They are the rooks. They are every piece of the play against you. But you yourself have equal opportunity on the chessboard. You have the exact amount of pawns, the exact amount of rooks and castles, and you have the knights, the king and the queen. You have all of the pieces. Your decision of interaction on the board game is your responsibility, your teaching. So we caution you as you go forth to breathe, to center, to come back into the very depth of knowing that you are within, grounded, grounded into the Tignaya energy, grounded into the divine energy, that before any move you make, you have checked in with yourself, checked in with Tignaya, checked in with the divine, that you have this triune energy of agreement. And if you do not feel that energy of agreement, then you check in with one who is trusted on this realm. Be it your life partner, be it your best friend, be it somebody that you trust impeccably, spiritually speaking, is able to speak into your life without agenda. You check in. You get them to scan your energy.